Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel where we break down complex tech into easy to follow guides. In today's video, we are diving into Elastic, the observability software, an ultimate tool for monitoring logs, metrics, and traces like a pro. If you ever wondered how top companies keep their applications running smoothly, catch issues before they become disasters, and of course monitor everything in real time, well, you are in the right place. So let's begin. Now, first of all, you need to visit the official website, which is going to be elastic.com. From here, you can contact sales if you don't want to start a free trial, but I highly suggest you do the same because from here, if you click that, you should be able to test waters by making sure that Elastic is going to be the applications that could help your organization run smoothly before they become disasters and monitor everything in real time. The sign up process is a lot easier because you can sign up with your Google, Microsoft, or if you want to provide your own business email, you're welcome to do that. And then you will be forwarded to this specific pages wherein you need to provide all the information. So we're basically new to Elastic and probably like do something else. So if you're not familiar yet with Elastic, you might want to go for the first option. But if you do, click the following section that applies to your case. All right. So after that, loading times may vary depending on your internet connection. If in case you can't access Elastic, you want to make sure that you are using, or you should be using, VPN, because Elastic is employing a strategy called geo restriction on specific region or location. And then after that, click the launch button. You will be forwarded to the main homepage. Again, loading times may vary, but if you don't want to skip the video, just play it. Now you have an option to click the Go to Cloud Home. It's loading the dashboard, which is going to be the perfect opportunity for us to understand Elastic in deeper details. All right, so from here, now on the left side is going to be a section wherein you have the Kibana, content, build, relevance, and enterprise search. We're going to be going to the overview because it's basically a summary of your Elastic environment. You can add data to Elasticsearch and then search, vectorize, or visualize. How? By clicking this section that says Elasticsearch endpoint. You have the cloud ID, and you can ingest your content like API, web crawler, connectors, and a lot more. For example, if you want to view the number of your, say for example, indices, recent logs, and search trends, overview will give you that. Now the dev tools is an interface for running Elasticsearch API queries. If you want to skip tour, you can do that. You have the shell, the back end of things, history, config, and a lot more. Now you have the console, search profiler, and Grok debugger. Painless lab for the search profiler. All right, so I'm gonna create something here. Right, enter a query, click profile, and see the results here by clicking this click to send request. All right, and again, if you click the full error, you would be able to diagnose the error, which is kind of helpful for testing and debugging Elasticsearch request. Click on close. The next is gonna be the Kibana. The Kibana has two departments. One is gonna be the discover, wherein it's a real-time exploration for searching and filtering logs or documents. You have two more options for your Elasticsearch data. You can create a data view and of course query your data with ES and QL. Let's click the first one because from here we can create our name here. For example, how to use Elastic index pattern and save data to Kibana. But of course you need to provide the example. Okay, that. And then you have all of these information readily available. If you want to try ES and QL, you see this. So these are going to be a timestamp and the summary. You have the drop down for the breakdown field if you wanted to add more, All right, you can do that. And once you've done all the settings and preferences, I want you to click on save. Put in the title. Click on save. You can also add a tag if you want. Now, the next is going to be the dashboard. Dashboard is simply used for creating and visualizing reports. We're going to skip that, but instead we're going to go for the content. We have the connectors and web crawlers. Now, for the connectors, it's going to be an option where you can integrate Elasticsearch with external data sources, such as you have all of these. All you have to do is configure the index and API key, set up, and provide the connector name. Is it going to be Confluence Clouded Server, customized connector, Gmail? For example, we're going to be using Gmail, all right? Put in the connector name, description, say for example, and click the generate configuration at the bottom, the blue button. It takes a little while and click on next. And you have all to do is you can manually sync your data, schedule a recurring sync, or manage your domains by clicking on the next section. All right, but we're gonna skip that. Instead, we're gonna focus, leave the page. We're gonna go to the web or connectors, or web crawlers. I'm sorry. Now, web crawlers automatically collects and indexes content from websites, which is, I find it useful for site search, content aggregation, and SEO analysis, because here you can create your first web crawler. You can type in the index name and set a name for your index. You can use the language analyzer for universal or, for example, English. And click on this, all right? Now, on the bottom is going to be a few more options where you can check in terms of the build. The playground is essentially a test environment to experiment with elastic queries, relevance tuning, and AI-driven search. You can connect to an LLM if you want, but you need to select the connector, Amazon Bedrock, Google Gemini, and OpenAI. All right, for example, you're going to be using OpenAI, connector name, click the save button, but you need to provide the API key. All right, so API key will be forwarded to the API section earlier. All right, so you see the endpoints and API keys. Click the API, create API. API name is required. All right, so copy this, and again, if you want to connect, click on save. All right. So basically, that's that. We're not going to save with that for now. And then there's going to be the search applications, wherein it's a section to develop a search-powered applications. You can create your first search application here. Click on the create, select the indices, for example, this, and name your search application. Right, so for example that, click on create, and you need to provide more information. Now, the next is going to be the behavioral analytics. Simply, it tracks and optimizes search by analyzing click-through rates, or CTR, by clicking the create collection. Collection name is, you can cancel if you want. Next is going to be the relevance, which has the inference endpoints. Basically, this is only used for AI-driven search in machine learning models. Now, the next is going to be the app search, wherein this is going to be a specialized search tool for web and mobile applications. The workplace is something that it can search across business apps and internal documents like Slack, Google Drive, and Jira. Now, we're going to go back to the main homepage, overview, dev tools, and basically that's a wrap on how to use Elastic, the observability platform, to monitor and analyze your systems like a pro. Remember that Elastic helps you collect and visualize logs, metrics, and traces, and of course you can gain real-time insights to your infrastructure. Okay, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you again in the next one.